Hello, 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 everybody. It is so good to see all of your digital, non-existent faces in the chat. Welcome to this very special birthday-themed one-shot of the original Paragons of Andake. Hello! I am your game master and creative producer, Connie. My pronouns are they, he, and she. It has been literally 1,000 years since we've actually been live on Translator, so this is an exciting thing for me and everyone here involved. You can find me all across the internet at ByConnieChang. That's ByConniechang. I'm gonna pass along introductions over to Humna.
Yes, hi, hello. My name is Hamna. I use any and all pronouns. And today I will be playing Juan Ustoy, who uses she, they pronouns, the paragon of Mengchen Zheji. And that'll be super fun. I will hold off on all the other stuff and just pass it right on over to Erica.
Hi, everybody. I'm Erica, she, her pronouns. I will be playing Shuhai Mao this session, the Paragon of Sen, which I'm excited about. And I will be passing it on to Dare.
Hi everyone, I'm Dare, pronouns she, they, they. Today, it's so weird not saying gentle. I'm playing Carvach Turai, pronouns she, they, and I'm going to throw it over to Valiant Dorian.
Hello, I am Varian. I totally did not wake up 10 minutes, Dorian. And I use he and his pronouns, and today I am playing Ikaika. And I'm super excited about that. And I'm going to pass introductions over to Miax.
Hey, I'm Miax. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Jingada, the Paragon of Confusa today. And I'll pass things to Austin.
What's up? My name is Lasman, pronouns are he, they, she, and I'm playing Bazul, whose pronouns are she, her. I'm told by our lovely staff here. It's the paragon. That's it. I did it.
I'm absolutely imagining myself being like, Miss President, Austin, please. Bazul's pronouns are she, her, Mixed President. But yes, hello everyone. This stream, as you may or may not know.
You forgot C! I'm so sorry, I forgot C!
Yeah, you did.
The birthday bird has been forgotten. Please, C, introduce yourself.
It's me, the birthday bird.
You're
Hi,
muted.
You're
for us,
muted.
but maybe not for OBS. Maybe because your input in Zoom is different.
Okay, that's fine. Can you hear me
We can't
now?
hear you.
Yes,
we
to your
can.
friends on Zoom? Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is C. I use they, them pronouns. Tonight, I am playing Pascal, who's the birthday bird, who also uses they, them pronouns. Choo-choo and tweet, as Pascal would say, like for a train. I'm feeling normal. Connie?
Choo-choo and tweet indeed. Hello, folks. So, as you may or may not know, this stream was made possible by our incredible patrons and donors during Arc 6. So if you're one of those people, thank you so much for all of your support in keeping Transplanar alive and well. We love you so much. To all of you. Some quick announcements before we get into the good, meaty, juicy stuff. Arc 8, Episode 5 of our main campaign, The Second Stranger, streams tomorrow, February 4th, Saturday at 8 p.m. US Eastern Time. A quick preview of what to expect. Abiku wakes up, Vasanti shifts her perspective, Gentle fights for their heart, Dewey connects with Dusty, Sitlali heals their inner child, Voska accepts their grief, Oka does damage, Duran dies, and Oblivion counts down. It's a really big ep filled with tons of incredible content, and there are only 4 sessions, including that one, until the very end of The Second Stranger. Let's sing happy birthday to our birthday folks, the Aquarians in our cast. So Quinn, C, and Dare all have birthdays basically around this time, around this week. So I'm gonna lead everyone through my favorite on-stream ritual, which is to sing happy birthday.
You're just gonna move on from that real quick? Just real quick?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay.
Don't worry about it. Tune
We
into
were there.
Violet. Don't worry about it.
We were there.
Me acting like I haven't played this already.
Anyway, I'm gonna just lead us in happy birthday. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday
birthday,
to
dear
all the
Aquarians.
Quinn and Dare. Happy birthday to you.
That's what you get when you do it live, baby.
Yeah!
Paid for this, all of you.
Audio mixing cannot save you now.
Cannot. Where is your god now? Look at me. We're the captains now. So yes, after that, let's get into content warnings for this episode. So content warnings for this very special birthday session may include fantasy violence, grief, complex and complicated relationships, romance and flirting, references to sexual entanglements, and mentions of war. So use !CW in chat to get a look at our content warnings at any time. And with that out of the way, let's begin. We open on a snowy mountaintop in the very peaks of the Godspine. Frigid flakes flutter past the dark and bristling trunks of evergreen trees. The sharp, sweet smell of pine wafts through the winter air. And we push now through a copse of cherry trees blanketed in snow to find a temple. Broad, curling eaves of mahogany fan out to form a series of layered pagodas built into the side of the Godspine. A horizontal slate of stone, freshly inked with enchanted calligraphy, rests above the main gate. And in common, this stone reads, "The Eightfold Temple." And mounted on a nearby pillar, a smaller placard reads, "A monastery for all 8 gods. We are stronger together than we are alone. A gift to the realms from her paragons. Huan Ustoi, Shuhai Miao, Jinka Da, Ikaika Hekili, Karvach Turai, Bazul Thizmoon, Ying Jalt, and Pascal." And finally, a third sign on a smaller pillar reads, "Main temple closed for private event." And now we are pushing into the main temple itself, which is a masterwork of masonry, the glazed tiles of its roof glistening with midwinter frost. We push through a foggy window to find a warmly lit interior, and this main hall with its polished floors and wooden pillars and austere stone shrines of all 8 gods has been decorated from top to bottom with lights, incense, colorful streamers and bunting rippling from shrine to shrine, the silvery tinsel winking under the low light of the candles. It is in this space, in this main hall, that we find the 7 of you in the midst of celebrating the birthday of one of your own. Let's begin with Huan Ustoi. What do you look like, and how are you celebrating Pascal's special day?
We see Huan Ustoi, who is a straight-backed half-elf woman with this long black hair, kind of puffy, dark skin, and they are sitting down currently. Their long flowing robes, I think, kind of fanning out onto the ground around them, and she is gently plucking at Omen, a polished gutien in front of her, playing a song that she has written for this very occasion. New, first time that you are all hearing it. And they are
a polished gutien.
So sorry.
I was like, oh my
I
god,
love
what is
it.
happening?
We're doing
First
live,
time
baby.
in years,
Live,
friends.
baby!
Alive, baby!
I was like, oh my god, what's happening? And you can see that as they sort of like play, their head like moving down and forwards like to this rhythm of the music. When they push their head back, you can see that she has this glowing symbol almost of an eye, blue, reflecting in the light that kind of like shimmers as she kind of moves back.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Juan, you're providing some music in this space with Omen, like this magical gutien floating in front of you, and these beautiful harmonic tunes wash out over this main hall, bouncing off of the perfectly curved eaves of the ceiling, off of the wooden pillars imbued with divine magic. And as we sweep across this space, borne atop the lofty hymns of your harmony, we push across to find Shuhai. Shuhai, what do you look like, and how are you celebrating Pascal's special day?
Shuhai looks like a first off, you notice these green robes with this striking translucent skin with these stripes along the face that they almost look like tiger stripes. I would say that they are probably by the banquet table being a little judgmental about the hors d'oeuvres, whether or not, well, there's this, that, this is okay. I've had better, but these are really good. Just very judgmental vibes. And you'll see like one of their eyes is pure blue and with two black pupils, and the other eye is sort of swirling with iridescent whirls of constantly shifting hues and colors, as they're probably like they have a cocktail of some type in their hand that they're just sort of swirling around and admiring the party as it's unfolding before them.
I love this. Yeah, as you condescendingly swirl your cocktail, on the motion of the drink whooshing around inside the glass, we spin ourselves to a different corner of this main temple to find Jinka. What do you look like, and how are you celebrating Pascal's special day?
Jinka is a drow person, gray skin, long hair tied up in like a bun. They are wearing I think like a jumpsuit sort of thing that's been unzipped to the waist and sort of tied around them. So they're mostly topless. And they similarly have, I think, hands full with two different bubbly drinks, one in each of them. And he's just absolutely vibing to the music, dancing, doing a sort of like, oops, am I going to drop my drink? Nope, I've got it totally under control. And just drinking and dancing and having a great time.
Yeah, you're absolutely vibing to Juan's like tunes, right? With these two drinks in your hands. And even though you're moving with what seems to be discoordination, it actually isn't. It's like a kind of perfect like stumble where like the barest drops start to slough over to the edge, but then you catch it, and it's like completely controlled. But from an untrained eye, seems like it's not, right? Which speaks to Jinka's level of expertise and grace. And as Jinka's sort of dancing on this dance floor, vibing to Juan's tunes, we spin around to find Carvach. Carvach, what do you look like, and how are you celebrating Pascal's special day?
So Carvach is a centaur woman. So very big, very muscular, very strong, covered in tattoos. One of her eyes is brown, one of her eyes is gold. Just all muscles and tats, honestly, which is a vibe and a mood. And I'm currently showing off those muscles by having an arm wrestling match with one of our Paragons, Bazul.
Bazul, what do you look like, and how are you comporting yourself through this arm wrestling match?
Bazul is a literal bronze-skinned Goliath woman. More muscles.
Hey, this is the energy we're bringing.
It's like long golden hair. I think I have these four arms. So there's like one arm wrestling, and there's one arm holding a drink, and there's another arm holding like an hors d'oeuvre or something. And Rena's like scratching my face, looking not bored, but like I'm like not looking at Carvach. I'm like I'm like into middle distance, like staring, just kind of holding my arm there.
I need
Carvach-
you to know. I need you to know that the oh my god, the comparison, the distinction between that happening while like very tranquil, calm music is being played in the background. Like that is the background music to this fight. I just need you to know.
Yeah, Carvach, how are you fighting for your life?
I would like to say this is a thing. This has been a running bit for many years. And I never win. But I think I feel like I get a little bit closer every time.
You can think that, it's okay.
Oh my! You are giving me nothing. Let's go shooting after this. Let's go have a
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, the paragon of literal war is not gonna cede an inch to Carvach here. Yeah, there's like a bit of straining, a bit of like boredom from Bazul as we sweep past these two huge muscular women embroiled in an arm wrestling fight in the midst of this tranquil music to find, at last, of course, the birthday bird. So Pascal, what do you look like, and how are you celebrating your own special day?
You forgot Ikaika.
Oh my god, you're right.
Don't worry, we'll make it work in
We're
the
doing
fiction.
it live, baby.
We're making it work in the fiction.
You know what? Let me.
Look, y'all, we've been pre-recording for so long. You gotta give us some slack here.
You gotta cut us some slack. Let me retcon that. I've never used that noise to retcon something before, but I'm doing it now. So, as these two huge muscular women are embroiled in an arm wrestling fight, we pan across this main temple to find Ikaika. What do you look like, and how are you celebrating Pascal's big day?
So Ikaika is this lovely bearded dwarven woman. And she is dressed in beautiful robes of gold with like dark brown pattern down her chest and these lovely little pauldrons. And you know, for someone who is very, very late to this birthday party celebrations, she looks extremely well dressed and also entirely unbothered as she kicks down the doors to this fine establishment, Tempest in hand, which is her Leomano, and storms in and just yells out, "The fun has arrived!" Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Unbothered by the fact that she is extremely late to the preparations and everything that came beforehand. It is just now here.
I love that. I want to know how Juan's responding to that, actually, in particular.
I think Juan, as soon as the door is kicked down, there's like a discordant note that gets played as she misses the string that she meant to play and accidentally hits a different one, and it's so incorrect. And she stiffens up, her one eye flicks over towards the door. Nice of you to show up, finally. It's nice to see you.
Hey, Juan, listen, not all of us run on ocean time. I understand that y'all don't run on ocean time, but I'm here now.
Well, now that you're here, Pascal. And Juan, I think we'll go back to playing the song again, kind of like starting over from the verse that they had just now messed up. And they go back to playing.
I love that. Yeah, upon you saying Pascal and going back to playing that messed up verse, we sweep across the hall to find, of course, the nominal Pascal, the birthday bird themselves. So Pascal, what do you look like and how are you comporting yourself during your very own special day?
Pascal is 3 feet tall. Pascal is a bird. Pascal is a crow-like Kenku person with a large beak, black feathers, and this robe that seems to have been decked out the best that it could possibly be. Insofar as there are bones and little gold coins, and like, is that like a living worm on the jacket? Okay, it doesn't really matter. And they have these like big black eyes, one of which is actually completely void, so there doesn't even seem to be a pupil or an iris of any kind. It's just completely black for the Raven Queen. And Pascal, with their little taloned claw-like feet, is tapping around on the floor, like kind of like right underneath where Jinka is dancing, like dancing around them. And they also have like an empty cup in their hand. They hadn't actually filled it yet. They just have the cup because it's nice crystalline glass that they are just waving around as they are hooting and hollering, like just dancing around Jinka's feet. And they're going, birthday, birthday, birthday. And then as soon as Juan plays that discordant note, the birthday just goes into like squawk, 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 squawk of the same discordant note that gets played. And as soon as Pascal sees Ikaika in the doorway, they completely freeze, their little bird body kind of like quivering as they take these small inhales and exhales. And then they like start charging, Ikaika, 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 as they like run and like in a flutter of feathers, like leap up into your arms.
Oh, absolutely. Ikaika is so here and so ready. And as soon as you like leap into her arms, she just like grabs hold of you and she's just like, hey, it is the birthday bird. Hello, happy birthday, Pascal. Are you having fun?
Ikaika, late. Why were you so late?
And I think Ikaika just kind of like looks over to you and actually acknowledging that she was late and not sweeping past it. She goes, "I'm sorry, I lost track of time, ocean time and all of that. But I am
Shuhai
here
has
now."
time. Shuhai has time. Shuhai, time. And Pascal like leaps out of Ikaika's arms and goes running up to Shuhai's feet, I suppose. It does like a little loop, still with their empty glass, kind of waving it like a war banner. Shuhai has time, as they are like they're sprinting laps around the like temple now.
I think Shuhai is like continuing to just swirl their alcohol in their glass and watching this bird and then running around. And you can tell like there's an air of like, but at the same time, there's like this ever so slight little smile in the corner of their mouth that Pascal would be able to see that, they like this bird.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I'm actually gonna pause our game right there because I think there's some audio problems happening for your mic. See, I think you might only be coming through like on the left ear and rather quiet over stream. So if you don't mind trying to like hit the little cogwheel. Okay, no problem. That's fine. Cool. If you're trying troubleshooting and it's not working, that's okay. Let's just move on then. Cool. Then as Pascal comes up to Shuhai, I want to know how Karvach and Bazul are reacting to this like sudden development.
I finally like refocus my eyes on Karvach. Are we done here yet, or?
All right. Yeah, we're done. We're done for now. And like I think I pull a little like notebook out and mark off another tally of like times I've lost one day.
You really don't have to keep subjecting yourself to that sort of, insult to your own strength.
It's not an insult. You're the strongest person I know. What greater challenge is it to go against the strongest person I know?
Do you like have a thing like where you like to lose, or?
It's improvement. I get better every time.
Yeah, you tell yourself that, and I stand up.
Think I grab a drink.
I love that.
I start moving to where like everyone is kind of congregating, because I imagine we were like off to like at a table.
Absolutely. And what about you, Jinka?
Jinka takes a look at everyone, sort of making their way towards the middle of the room, and he downs both glasses, one after the other, and then I think like grabs him by the stems upside down and just sort of saunters his way over to where everyone else is.
I love it. And I think as everyone's starting to congregate on the same spot, maybe even to Juan's annoyance, kind of close to where Juan is playing and like crowding her a little bit and like stepping in her personal bubble. There's like a kind of feeling of final reunion of like all of you coming together. This is the first time I think all of you have been in the same room, since the end of course, the Gambit of Queens and that strange little hiccup in your timeline of the Stranger War. But that doesn't matter now, does it? The only person missing here, of course, is Ying, who, everyone except Pascal knows has gone off on a secret fun mission, let's say, a secret fun birthday related mission. And Ying should be back at any point very soon for the grand revelation of the end of that mission. But as everyone's congregating around Juan's personal space, I want all of you except Pascal, who's going to go last, to roll initiative, to determine whose kind of like birthday toast gets to go first.
I rolled a 2.
Oh god. I got a 2. 5 from Karvach.
I rolled a 4.
Not the Paragons taking L's. Okay, 4 from Jinka.
In a weird turn of events, I rolled a nat 20.
Only the OG
an
Paragon.
it only
Where
took
was
the
that?
entire campaign, and then for us to do a special one shot for in the roll above a 10. We did it, everybody.
We
I'm
did
gonna
it.
play a
Pack out.
completely different
Go
character.
home. This is done.
Go home.
Oh my god. Okay. What did Ikaika get?
15.
Okay. And Bazul?
13. Thank God. I was so worried I was gonna go first. Oh, thank goodness.
I have to take that L.
Yeah. All right. So Juan, as the maybe like self-appointed in a lot of ways de facto leader of the OG Paragons, how do you kind of step up to the plate to wrangle this chaos and begin the toasts?
I think Juan's song on the Gutian starts to shift a little bit from whatever melodic harmony that was playing to something a little bit slower and something that demands attention to try and corral everybody together. And she finishes the song with kind of a flourish and stands up, their robes like flowing as if they were standing in a wind or some sort of water. I mean, none of that is around, but their robes flow anyway. And I think they stand in this very graceful manner and they walk to this circle that I guess we have formed at this point, take a drink off of a nearby table and kind of hold it up. I think we should do a toast to the wonderful, to our honored guest, Pascal. How does
Toast,
everybody else feel?
toast.
All right. And Juan Estoy, I think, takes one kind of like measured sip of their goblet, and then they raise it back up and they say, we, all of us here, have been through a lot together in recent times. You were all once strangers to me, and after all of this time, I have gotten to know each and every one of you in increasingly intimate ways. And for that, I am ever so grateful to all of you. As a dream prophet, you would think that I would have predicted these kinds of relationships forming, but, well, even Munshin Shurdi could not have warned me of the beautiful family that we would create here. And so I hope that even though our time as heroes of the realms have, well, hopefully ended, that regardless, we will all continue to meet like this going forward. Happy birthday, Pascal. And Juan Estoy holds up the drink to toast.
That's so sweet. Yeah, it's a very graceful, dignified, well put together toast that you raise up, right? And I think the next person to actually go and cut in is going to be Ikaika on the heels of that.
If it's okay,
I saw. You go ahead.
if I
Yes.
may. I think Pascal's like little feet do like a little tap as you address them, and they shift back and forth, still holding this empty glass, and then they kind of gesture it at you, and they go, "But you're always too busy for seeing me."
And I think Juan kind of like looks down at Pascal with this very soft, gentle expression on her face. I promise that if there is time that you would like me to make for you, well, like you said, Shuhai has time. I will ask them to make sure that I always have time for you.
Shuhai will make time for us. Time for us. Thank you, Shuhai, for making time for us.
And I think Juanister kind of like shoots like a pleading glance at Shuhai, like, please.
Stone faced, just swirling, stone-faced.
This is Erica directly taking pot shots at C/Oka, and I love this. I love this so much. Ikaika, how do you cut in?
As that question happens, and Juan Ustoy is more and more having like this toast that has been so dignified, being brought to all of us, slowly kind of unravel through conversation. Ikaika just goes, a toast indeed, a toast to all of us Paragons, listen, we've been through some real shit, right? Like, we've been through some real bullshit. All of us, all 8 of us. And I want to take this moment for also a toast for all of us. And of course, for our dear birthday, Pascal. To acknowledge not just all that we've been through, but every cool thing that we're going to do now. Not everything has to be terrible Gambit of Queens. Now things are happy. And with Mahu's blessing and the movement of the ocean waves, we will bring a new time for all of us. And more parties for each and every one of us, as she raises it right in the glass right in front of her face, and says, "To the birthday bird!"
Yay to the birthday bird. Pascal, how are you responding to that toast?
Pascal does another little cheer, and spins around still with their glass. Yes, we must figure out how to come together because we have been apart for so long. Mahu's waves carry you far, and you don't come home ever. So more parties, and we'll see Ikaika. More parties. I want to see Ikaika.
That is exactly right. More parties, and you'll see Ikaika. What do you think, Juan?
Ikaika
More
doesn't like to be
parties.
sad. No sad, only parties for Ikaika.
Have we considered perhaps a book club of some kind?
I can't read.
Perhaps we could teach you.
Book clubs
I don't
are
want to learn.
boring, Juan. Who wants to meet every week and talk about a book?
And I think Juan just rolls their eyes at that.
I love that. I think at this point is when Bazul cuts in.
No one taught the bird how to read.
They didn't want to. Didn't feel
They
like
don't want to
it.
know, actually. They don't want to know.
They're curious about a lot of things, but letters ain't one of them. That's
With
good.
knowledge
The OG
comes power.
Paragons. Illiteracy is our power.
Illiterate!
Illiteracy!
We said representation matters.
Not this, not a live stream.
No one should allow us to stream. This is why we're pre-recording only.
Screaming. Yeah, you missed someone doing something like that, me dying for like 5 minutes. Oh my god. Bazul. I mean, we're not together because the last time we were was pretty fucking terrible. And I think it's a little odd to just assume things are happy and good now. Clearly they aren't, and I think the only reason we're here now is because we felt guilty for leaving Pascal here alone, and they're the really only lighthearted, joyful one of all of us. Happy birthday.
Is Bazul okay? Like, oh my god!
She's bleeding all the time from her face.
No, but it's like hot, you know, like.
Bonk.
Jesus. How does Pascal respond to that?
Pascal looks up at Bazul, blinks a few times before lifting up their wings, like in an uppies kind of way, and is like, "Tall? I'd like to be tall."
I like pass you up the forearms and put you on my shoulder. You're a good bird.
I missed you, Bazul.
Yeah, I know.
I do not blame you for war. You blame you for war. I don't blame you for war.
I know. Doesn't
And
make it easier.
And Pascal sits on your shoulder for a minute, kind of kicking their back and forth.
I think I look around at those who've spoken already, but don't make empty promises to Pascal if you're not going to keep them.
And coming in second to Bazula as usual, Carvach. I think this is
I knew you were gonna do that. I felt it.
this is when you come in.
Yeah, I'm not good at speeches, or like toasts, but you're all pretty good, and I would save the realms with all of you, time and time again. I know I haven't really been around. I've been helping fix stuff and honestly just enjoying a lot of farming. It's been nice. Uh, but I think you're all pretty good. And Pascal, uh happy birthday, little bird.
Thank you, Carvach. I know you care for your family and your home. I hope that we are also your family and your home. You are my family and my home.
You are. Absolutely.
Thank you for not running from one this time.
Pascal.
See what the fuck?
Hi, hey, I came here to enjoy a birthday party. What is this? What is
Is this what you're
happening?
gonna do the whole time? Like,
I guess so. This is my role now.
I love this.
Pascal was
Oh my
like,
God.
come to my birthday party so I can absolutely read you the filth.
I've been waiting for this birthday party for years. Here's my list of complaints. Really an
Well,
arrogant
Pascal,
you were
places.
like- you were like, hey, come here to this alley. I promise I won't jump you.
I promise
Just
it won't
like-
hurt. I promise. No, just come here. I promise.
Jesus. I mean, Pascal is canonically extremely insightful. Like, extremely insightful. So actually, after Pascal says that, I think Jinka, that's when you cut in.
I think after this long silence, after this last comment, Shinka goes, of course, to the good times, to the bad times, to the return of the good times, and to these relationships, and to authoring the next chapter of our stories, and to the best damn paragon bird I have ever met, to Pascal. And he lifts one of the drink glasses, and then he looks at it and it's empty. And he lifts the other one, it's also empty. And then he rummages in a pocket and pulls out a third full like champagne flute and lifts that as a toast.
Just in his pocket. I love that. Pascal, how do you respond?
Pascal shimmies down Bazul's sets of arms, kind of getting passed all the way down to the floor. They tap and they offer up their empty champagne flute to Jinka too, and just kind of wave it around. Thank you, Jinka. Thank you. The stories you tell are so wonderful. When will you tell stories with you in it too? Stories where you get to play too. Stories with us. Stories that are real with us. Real stories about us, about you.
Jinka falters for a moment and then does a big fake laugh and slaps Pascal on the shoulder. Yeah, you're such a kidder. That's what I love about you, Pascal.
Yes, I love telling jokes, and you love telling jokes because the truth is harder than jokes.
Wow, Pascal came with a shiv. Like, oh my god.
Everybody
having
gets
too
one.
much.
Your turn, you
It's my
let's go,
birthday.
let's
This is how I
go.
choose.
Oh my god, yeah. Speaking of which, Shuhai, how do you cut in?
I think Shuhai is still pondering when Pascal was like, time, Shuhai, time, can make more time. And in that, staring at their drink, still swirling after all this time. Time. Time is a swirling realm of alcohol in a Cantor glass. What an interesting tradition to celebrate one's day of birth when you're just as close to the beginning as you are from the end as far as time is concerned. But what distinguishes one moment from the rest, when all is just one and in the same, and yet no one moment is ever like, what is the difference? The company you keep? What friends, lovers, enemies you have in this moment? The context? And in that case, I look to the friends gathered here today, and my, how time has done its trick, bringing us together and apart and back again as it tends to do. But in all the infinite of what we could possess, I would rather be in no other place than here with you all celebrating Pascal's birthday. Raises the cantor. May time be in your favor, Pascal, always. Drinks.
Pascal claps, twirls their feathers around from where they're kind of like getting underfoot of Xinka again, turns to Shuhai. Shuhai's time is so valuable. I'm glad to have seen you here to make time for me, for us. Yes, yes, always thinking about the future, so good to have you in the present with us.
For about 15 more minutes. It was a joke. That was a joke. Happy birthday. I'm here for your birthday. It was a joke.
Yes, and then you will go.
Yes.
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 Time says you will go, so you will have to go.
I
You'll
could
have
make
to
it go faster.
Perhaps we could all just enjoy our time here now while we are all together. I think we can all agree that it is quite lucky for all of us that the stars have aligned and allowed us all this time to celebrate Pascal. So why don't we all just enjoy it while we can?
You mean like before the world ends again or something?
Don't be silly, Bazul. That wouldn't happen.
What's silly about that? What do you mean?
Well, and Juan, I think, like, gestures kind of vaguely into the air. That's what we were for.
We didn't. Okay, we're still saying we did something. Got it. And I walk off to like go get a drink from somewhere from like a different room.
Let them be. She's doing her own thing.
We need a united front in order to allow these people in the realms to be safe, to feel safe.
It normally takes the end of the world for us to all be united. So, unless you got one of those in your back pocket, I don't know how well this is going.
I thought about that, and I did try, but it didn't work. So, United Front.
You tried to end the world, Pascal?
Yes. I was afraid you would not come to my birthday party. And Ying is not here. All of us are not on a united front yet. Did they miss my birthday party?
So all of you would know that Ying was teaming up with someone to bring a very special group birthday present to Pascal, and they promised that they'd arrive whenever someone gave like the cue like code word, that they would just like blitz into existence with a special present to like make the party super awesome and great. As is Ying's way, they're kind of come and go by the wind. So all of you would know what the code word is. It's just completely up to each and any one of you to say it to try to summon Ying.
I vote Jinka does it.
I think to make this really funny, I think amidst all of this tension, I think it'd be really funny for Ikaika and Jinka to just share as like the two like jovial, like like good natured, like even tempered folks here in this space right now. Just have Ikaika and Jinka like across the room just stare at each other and just yell the code word desperately.
Yeah, I think Jinka is like desperately making eye contact with this conversation, and then Ikaika, and like, now are we?
Yes, yeah, now.
What was the word?
Oh my god, what word?
Nip uses frozen tits.
Nebuza's frozen tits!
I need to hear from Jinka too.
How could you? By Nebuza's frozen tits. Let's get this party started.
Nebuza's tits, Nebuza's tits, Nebuza's tits.
And nothing happens.
I knew
We
it.
said Nebuza's frozen tits.
Nebuza's frozen tits, Nebuza's frozen tits.
And nothing happens.
No, Shika, I think we're doing this wrong. I think we need to really say it together. All right, like look me in the eye, and again, Ikaika, head shorter than you. Look me in the eye. 3, 2, 1. Nebuza's frozen tits.
Absolutely nothing happens.
I don't know what to
You're
do
gonna
now.
make us all do it, aren't you? Okay.
I walk back in the room with like they're drinking 3 hands out of 4. Why are we talking about tits? Did I miss something cool?
And I think Juan Estoy, seeing that the other two, that Jinka and Ikaika are trying to bring Ying in, just kind of like shoots a knowing glance at Bazul, like,
Oh, Nebuza's frozen tits. I thought there were tits here.
Your disappointment is so obvious.
So palpable to everyone here.
Yeah. Bazul is a hey mama's lesbian. Yeah, you say that, Juan, and Bazul also says that. Nothing occurs. And at this point, all of you are so, like, freaking demigods. You would be able to sense if the weave were rippling or responding in any way to this trigger word. Nothing really. And those of you, even Pascal, but especially those of you who are particularly attuned to know what's gonna happen next, you can sense that it's not just that nothing happens, it's that almost like something's preventing it from occurring. Like there's a dam that's been set in front of a river and preventing it from flowing past a cliff.
Yeah,
one second.
I think something might be the matter with your with what we are present.
You got
And I
me a
think-
present?
I mean, surprise.
Yeah, of
What
course, it's your
goes-
birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the present was that I didn't have to end the world to see you all again.
You got 2.
Again?
Wait.
Again?
The present isn't titties. I suggested that, but here we are. We listen. If you want, I can go right now and find some people, but
While this is happening, I think Juan Estoy went to go sit by Omen again, and is just like, I think, plucking a few of the strings, like kind of pensively and with very particular intention, trying to tap into the weave itself to try and, I don't know how Juan Estoy's powers work, but to try and, as a servant of fate and a dream prophet, perhaps she can tap into like the very immediate future of like what is happening to
Yeah.
Ying.
Absolutely. As ding, 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 these notes ring out from Omen. Something very common that all of you are very used to by now, but still looks badass as hell to the rest of us, and ye the audience, is this invisible magical force sweeps out from Omen, and where it sweeps out, illusions of possible futures and pasts form, like ghostly visions superimposed over the present space. And we see like past images of all of you setting up the bunting, you know, like setting up the lights, setting up the candles, like sweeping the temple floor. We see Bazul with like a different cleaning implement in each of her forearms, like attending to the cobwebby shrines, right? We see Jinka getting all the glasses of drinks and beverages ready, right? Each of the different paragons setting up for the party, and this is the past. And we in particular focus on a glowing golden silhouette of a gold-skinned tiefling with these tall antelope-like horns and a kind of jovial, cunning smile on their face, Ying, who's also pacing through this room, helping people set up for the party. But there is a moment where they kind of lean in to someone else who we haven't seen in this room, someone who we only see with their back turned to us, a human person of average height with this kind of short golden hair streaked through with several strands of brown, but we don't see their face yet. They are dressed in this kind of like robe that almost looks borrowed from Shuhai, and Ying kind of leans into this person and whispers something in their ear, and both of them nod and they turn and walk out of the room. And Juan, this is what you see of the past, of Ying and this person walking out of the room toward the future of where they might be. So you know Ying is with this person.
And is everybody else able to see these visions as well? Like,
Yes.
do they manifest
Yes.
corporeally? Okay. So I think everybody also gets that information as well.
Clear as day. That person betrayed Ying somewhere and they're dead.
Why is that your first thought?
Is it not clear?
I think it'd be hard to take Ying out, you know? Have a little faith.
I didn't say it was easy.
It's not clear.
Clear as
The
day.
visions that I get from Munch and Jurdi are never clear. After all, we all have choice. There are forks in the river, choices to be made.
You could have used a fork. I'm just saying, it's unknown. We can't rule out that Ying has been assassinated. That's all I'm saying.
We can't rule it out, but I'm not going to put it high on the list of potentials.
All right.
I would be able to feel a paragon die. I have not felt a paragon die yet. Except
See?
that one time, but we fixed that, didn't we? On the battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Seeing is captured. That's it.
Perhaps they are friends. Perhaps Ying has a friend that they have not told us about yet.
I was gonna say
So-
why, but I mean, look at us.
So this entire time, Shuhai, you know who this person is. You met them shortly after the stranger left, in a bamboo grove somewhere. And I think you've introduced this person to several of the Paragons, but not all of them. So I think Ying is one of the people who knows of your relationship with this person. Who else knows?
I would. Okay, someone's. I will. Let's go with Jinka. Yeah, and I feel like I'm gonna go with Bazul.
That makes it way funny.
Basil knows who this is and is still like, yeah,
Bit
that
of
person
passion,
definitely
classic.
killed Ying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think actually, Shuhai, you had maybe even brought them to the party as a way to like introduce them to everyone formally. But they were really excited to like help with the big present reveal, and they've been gone ever since to help prepare for that.
Not suspicious at all. I think I might need to do. I think Shuhai steps forward. let's not get ahead of ourselves considering that someone may be dead. Let's try to maybe see a little more into what we can see in the past, shall we? And I think the prism, the wheel on Shuhai's chest begins to swirl around. And I think Shuhai is going to sort of reverse time for a few moments to see maybe what direction that mysterious friend of theirs went. Yeah, if that's possible to do.
Absolutely. We see these ghostly after images like flash back to like life, but this time in the form of like footsteps in particular being illuminated on the marble floor. So you can see exactly the direction both Ying and this person went off to. And we see their ghostly forms ripple back into existence for everyone to see, as we also kind of hear the sound of a hand count down, just like superimposed over all of this as like time is reversing to reveal what's happening. And we see Ying and this person walk backward as they're being reversed through time, out of this chamber that they'd walked into, that we'd seen through Juan's vision. And now finally we see this person's face in full relief. This person, of course, is Sagu. Their short, dark, streaks along with this golden hair, no glasses, but they do have these kind of like, brown eyes that are streaked through with several lines of blue, like a kind of marbled gem. And they're wearing, again, like a robe that looks like it was Shuhai's, but like tailored down to fit their form because they're smaller than Shuhai in stature. And they have a kind of like blank expression with this kind of open curiosity as they're looking around like this hall. And now as all of you like see this person's face, all of you, I think even Pascal included, would recognize them. They were part of the prep committee. They were here helping to set everything up. You know, you recognize their face. And they might have even introduced themselves to you individually as Sagu and as Shuhai's +1 here. But their exact relationship has never been made explicit.
Got +1s.
Oh, Shuhai, that was your. Well, I mean,
Friend.
problem solved. We know that Ying is not in any danger, right?
I mean, technically still no, but okay.
I mean, we don't have to give labels to the names of people that we invite to parties or, you know.
I mean,
introduce you
usually
to.
someone does. It makes it a lot easier to talk about them, like in situations like this. But that's fine. What if we just like went the way they went? Maybe, right?
Let's hunt them down. Let's hunt them down.
Sure.
Perhaps hunt is not the appropriate
No,
word.
I like
but
the
No,
word
that's a
hunt.
fun
No,
one.
hunt. Let's hunt them down.
I prefer track or follow, find.
Romance?
All
We could romance them.
That will come later. For
Will
now,
it?
I'd
Is
like
that what we're doing to Ying?
I could forward time for a little bit and see. No, stay on track.
right. Let's just go this way.
Yes, I think Bazul is correct. We should go.
Okay. As all of you make your way out of this main hall, following these glowing footsteps illuminated by both Juan and Shuhai's magic, Bazul, I think as you're kind of leading the group, how do you try to help everyone track down Sagu and Ying?
I actually think I like start walking and I groan and sigh. Kravach, you're better at tracking people down.
I think there's like a wry little smile that like Carvach has, but does not lord it over anyone. Yeah. Sure, let's go. And yeah, I think would there be any sort of like almost magical like energy that could be followed and tracked?
100%. It's like reverberations down the threads of the weave.
Perfect. Yeah, I think I'm just sort of locked onto that. Hey, little bird, do you want to ride on my back since it's your birthday?
Yes, 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 a special treat from my friend Carvach.
And yeah, I think I just almost gingerly like pluck Pascal up and just put them on my back and like
Can I
just you after you.
once Pascal is up there, they settle down and they kind of lean over your shoulder and go, "Can I also shoot the bow? I've always wanted to shoot the bow. Nice, big, shining bow. I'd like to shoot it."
All right. So one thing, it will hit whatever you're aiming at. So aim properly. Can you do that?
Yes.
Oh, I
Oh
wish
my
I could roll
God.
insight right now.
Why are we giving the child the gun?
Why are we giving
why
them
are we
a
giving
gun?
Sure Shot over to
Birthday.
Pascal?
Birthday.
So, Carvach, what does it look like as you summon Sunshot?
It is a like giant golden bow. Like if you imagine like a giant bow from like a Dark Souls game, it's that, but like very like ornate and simplistic at the same time. And yeah, I think I just like hand it over my back like really casually. The draw on that's real tough, so like do your best to pull it back, but just be careful with it. It's not a toy.
Okay. Pascal pulls it back with like a unhinged amount of competence, I think. Aim it directly at the sky, and they loose an arrow that I think like it shines gold and then immediately like turns black as it like shoots up into the sky.
Yeah, it explodes through the ceiling and rocks rain down of just
Inside! I didn't think we were inside! I was shooting it at the
was
sky! I thought we were
oh, outside.
sorry,
Okay,
sorry. I'm not shooting through the ceiling, I'm sorry!
No, that's totally fine.
Disrespect for the temple.
Okay, all of you at this point are out in a courtyard, right? Like winter snows blowing across the withered gardens, and boom, this pitch black arrow shoots into the stratosphere. Pascal, what were you aiming at?
The dark behind the stars.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm not.
Don't just say that casually.
Casual poetry from C.
I'm like, this is gonna be a low-key, like, vibes-only birthday stream.
See, absolutely not. What happens if
No.
I, what happens if I
Drama
shoot
time.
the dark behind the stars?
I could do whatever I want.
Okay, this is what happens. As all of you are sort of on the front steps of the main temple, right? Flanked on either side by these beautiful bristling evergreen trees, looking down this gently sloping mountain decline. Boom! This pitch black, glowing magical arrow that will not miss arcs into the sky and vanishes. It like vanishes into the winter atmosphere. And then all of you see it come back down, maybe a couple 100 feet down the decline, and disappear into like a copse of trees. And all of you feel it hit. It hit something. And that hit reverberates through the weave and echoes through all of your souls imbued with divine power.
Did you hit?
What the hell?
What was that?
It missed.
No.
What?
It did not.
It doesn't.
Pascal, what were you aiming for?
The dark.
The dark.
Just
The dark?
Behind the
Daytime.
stars. The dark behind the stars. I wanted to see if I could hit it and make a new star.
And it hit the woods?
perhaps we should go see what exactly they hit.
We still need to find Ying.
I have a feeling the two might be linked.
You think Ying is the dark behind the stars?
No, but whatever is blocking this magic perhaps is related.
Yeah,
Maybe
beats
I
standing
didn't-
around.
Maybe I didn't do it right. As they are like playing with the string of the bow now.
It doesn't miss. No, you did it.
This
And
is
I
not
think
ominous at all.
Yeah, with this ominous energy that is reverberating in the air, I think Juan Estoy just kind of like puts on this very plastered smile, very level-headed, practiced, trying to calm everyone down, and says, "Come on, let's go."
They're worried. That's the
Not
worried
worried.
smile.
I'm
Yeah, you
not
think it's
worried.
another. You think it's another fight. That's why I'm excited, and you're worried.
Juan is always worried.
Thank you, Pascal.
And I think on these original Paragons setting off down this mountain path toward the Untamed Woods. We're gonna go to break. So thank you everyone so much for tuning in so far. Enjoy the break of this chaos, of this queer chaos and ominous sinisterness. We can't stop being a gritty, grimdark campaign, even after the war is over. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. And Spisho, Piso. Hello, 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 everybody. It is so good to see all of your digital non-existent faces in the chat once more. Welcome back to our very special birthday one-shot featuring the OG Paragons. Let's just get right back into the session with a reminder of content warnings. They may include fantasy violence, grief, complex and complicated relationships, romance and flirting, references to sexual entanglements, and mentions of war. So use !CW in chat to get a full list of our content warnings at any time and keep yourself safe as our lovely, lovely audience. So with that out of the way, let's hop right back into the session. The woods surrounding the eightfold temple are dappled in a fresh layer of midwinter snow. The smell of pine, strong, sweet, and refreshing in your nostrils, the weave flowing gently, tensing in certain pockets above hidden monster dens and old ruins from the 1,000-Year War. As all of you stride through these woods, your boots crunching over this fresh layer of snow, your forms cutting through the spindly fingers of bristling trees, I think, Juan, perhaps you are, as the de facto leader, toward the front of the party, and maybe with Omen and your own pulse on the situation, you and Shuhai together are sort of like following this golden path that's weaving you through these snowy woods. I want to know in particular how Jinka and Ikaika are behaving yourselves as all of you are marching through the woods.
Behaving ourselves is I feel like that those two words are carrying a lot of weight here. I think Ikaika, after just like everything that has like happened and all of the reading that has happened on this wonderful birthday party, Ikaika kind of like after a few minutes looks up at Jinka and is going like, so how have you been keeping?
Doing great. I'm just, I love these little forays into whatever our friends are up to these days. How have you been keeping? What have you been up to?
Oh, rebuilding and just tending to the ocean and not buckle under the whole fact that we just went through a war and everything's fine now, but it doesn't feel fine, right?
It depends on your definition of fine.
Okay, Jinka, what's your definition of fine?
Back to normal, the good friends, good company. This is what it's all like. This, he gestures to the rest of the group. This being with friends. Tell what is going on with you. No, tell me the interesting stuff, please.
I think Ikaika just smiles at you, Jinka, and just goes, Jinka, we went through quite literally the end of the world together. I know when you are deflecting, but that's fine. I can also tell you about how I am doing and be a tad more sincere about it. And she just kind of, as she is saying this, I think the wind blows and there's like a smell of salt water that blows through the wind as she like is attempting to reconnect and not unfold her presence here in the same way as how Pascal has kind of lightly referred to earlier. And she just kind of looks at Jinka and just goes, I have been again, it's been doing a lot of work, and I have not been socially active as much. And just looks and just stares at Jinka to see how this lands. I have been single, if that is the juicy bits that you are asking for this entire time.
I find that hard to believe, but okay, keep her secrets.
And she's just like, oh, you find that hard to believe, Shinka? We do not have not everyone has the entirety of the commune fawning over them.
Listen, I have to. What's the end of the war if not indulging in life's pleasures? You know.
Did you really just pull what is the point if I can't be hot and beautiful at me right now?
I didn't say it in those words, but you get it.
I do get it. And she kind of has this kind of like awkwardness of attempting to reconnect with one another. Ikaika just starts laughing at how ridiculous this conversation is. This kind of like chestful, like bellyful laughter. And then just, I'm trying to like adjust height. And I think just kind of like smacks your lower back.
I was gonna say ass.
I was not gonna do that unless Jinka is comfortable with it. No, I think it was just like lower back smack. It just kind of goes. It is so nice to see you again, Jinka.
It is always my pleasure to see you, Kaiko.
Aww. Yeah, I think as we pull away from this conversation in the marching group, I think we pull over to Shuhai. I think who this entire time you've been rather reticent. You've been observing, condescendingly swirling your drink. What are you doing?
I think since I'm up near Juan, and I think there's a little bit of eventually like starting conversation. So, how have things been?
And I think Juan has been like kind of like in a very focused manner, like working on Omen and trying to help guide. And they don't look at Shuhai when they respond. I think they are still like looking from the strings of the Gutian out where the weave is kind of like visible to them. Things have been busy, as always, of course. The war might be over, but the people of the realms still need us, you know? What about you?
Oh, I'm just been keeping my hands full, making sure time is full of things.
And I think at that one kind of like shoots an eye, like a glance over her shoulder at Shuhai. Yeah. Is everything okay?
Oh, I mean, not that it's any of your business, but I think things are going okay. I mean, how do you really know if things are going okay? I mean, things could seem like they're going okay, but then they're not.
Are you referring to yourself, or is this in relation to someone else?
Both at the same time?
Huh. If I may, Shuhai, would this have anything to do with Sagu?
Um, I can't. Yes, little, maybe just a little bit, just dish.
What are you so afraid of?
Look, there's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, we're not. There's no labels on anything. I mean, time is. It's fine. We're not having to. I'm not. You're afraid. Why are you so afraid?
I mean, there are lots of things to be afraid of, but I find that if you let yourself float along the river of fate, eventually you will end up where you need to be, where you're supposed to be. If you don't
Well,
fight it,
it's easier said than done to just float.
where is it that you want to be, Shuhai, with Sagu?
I mean, they're really, well, I enjoy my time with him, and we have wonderful, um, conversation, and, you know, I, I, I don't want to. I don't want to put too much into it yet. It's too early. I don't want to put. Okay, it's the. I don't want to put pressure on this.
Funny hearing early from the paragon of time. Is anything ever too early for you, Shuhai?
Everything is exactly on time.
It seems to me that you have something good going there, and perhaps it would be worth allowing it to flow, not fighting it so much.
Hmm. I was really hoping you would like do a little prophecy for me and just tell me how it's all gonna work out.
Yeah, ethics and all of that, I don't think that that would be wise of me to do.
Okay, well that's the only reason I came here to talk to you. So I'll just.
Of course. Well, you're lucky that you have somebody that loves you so much clearly, even after the brief time that we all met. It's obvious. You two are soulmates. And I just wish, you know. And I think Juan's eyes kind of like linger over at Jinka in the back before coming back to Shuhai. But that's not important.
Oh my god. Paragon's off my leash, making love with each other. Wait, I mean, making. Wait,
What?
Connie?
Stream!
Come to
We can't cut
Going
this one
extra
out,
steps
Connie.
that we didn't go.
I hear that wrong. Making connections, making love connections with each other. Anyway.
Live shows, everybody.
We haven't been live in so long. Anyway, as that conversation sort of like draws right toward that conclusion, we swing back through this marching order to find Carvach and Pascal.
From Carvach's back, Pascal kind of shifts over again, and then stands up while still sitting on back. Like puts their little feathered clawed hand like on your shoulder and leans into your ear and asks quietly, "Have you and Bazul gotten back together yet?"
Uh, not exactly. We're on good terms though. We check in.
Why not together then?
Busy. Really busy. It, it, with fixing the realm. And I've been busy.
I thought you said you were taking time to take care of your heart, home, and family. Is Bazul part of that?
Bazul is, you all are, but Bazul's sometimes hard to talk to.
Yes, they can be hard to talk. We can all be hard to talk to.
Yeah, but I we're getting better. That's why we always do the arm wrestling game. And
Is it
one day
because you
they'll let
love
me
to hold
win.
her hand?
Uh, yeah, yeah, it is.
So you do still love her?
Yeah,
Good. I think that that is good, and I think that you should tell them. I think they miss you.
yeah. They've been even more surly than normal. But yeah. I, are you rooting for anybody else over here, or is it just me you're keeping an eye on for all this stuff?
Yes, I wanted everyone to come together to remember that we all love each other. I think we might have forgotten because everyone is so busy. Forget. I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget.
I could never forget about you, little bird.
Thank you for letting me shoot the bow.
Oh yeah. I still don't know how you did that, but we'll have to test that sometime. In fact, maybe when this is all done, we can go shooting for a little bit and just try out the bow to make sure it's still working right.
I can do it again?
Yeah,
Thank you, Carvach. I love you.
I love you too.
Juan, up ahead. You see them. Ying. Ying is pacing in front of a tall, broad oak. Its bare branches covered in like a thick layer of snow. Pacing in front of its trunk, their golden tail kind of swing behind them in a kind of fretful, almost like a little bit of anxiety, even though the way they carry themselves is anything but anxious, but their tail betrays how they really feel. And they're sort of pacing back and forth in these like tight little lines in front of the tree going, well, Sagu, it's time. We have to. Sagu? I think we might have been missing our cue. I haven't been hearing it though, whatsoever. Sagu, hey, wake up! Wake up! And Ying's back is turned to all of you, and they seem like completely absorbed on something that's happening at the base of the tree, which all of you see now, but Juan first, is a figure kind of curled up, almost in like a fetal position, with their arms wrapped around something that seems quite large and bright blue. And they're not moving.
Ying! Titties!
Ah! Pascal! And Ying whips around, and we see again this golden skinned tiefling with this like long wavy black hair framing their face, wearing this kind of like leather and fur armor that's kind of like goes all the way down to reveal their navel, and like various coins glittering off their skin as well, and their eyes widen, their mismatched colors. Pascal, there you are, the birthday bird. We definitely all have a group present, and why didn't all of you say titties earlier?
We did.
We did.
I did.
So loud.
Enough
I
of us
didn't
did.
either, but they
So
did.
yelled.
I'm
So
almost certain
yelled.
I cast that spell right. Well, unless, and they flick their wrist and Gamble appears, this deck of cards, and they sort of like shake the cards in their hand. Unless you really screwed me over again this time. But no, I'm almost positive I pulled the right card for that.
It's no matter. We can all do it again right now.
Yes. There is a little bit of a hiccup, though. Sagu is asleep.
Oh, no worries. And Juan, I think, will grab Shuhai by the hand and will push them to the front. Shuhai will deal with that.
Yep. Shuhai, actually, you see a little bit of blushing happening, and gently they lean down. Sagu, Sagu, are you okay?
And Sagu, all of you see now in full relief, is curled up with their back against the tree. They're in the snow. They're straight up just in this cold ass snow, hugging to their chest. All of you see now a rather large egg. It is a sapphire color, a pure, deep cerulean blue, and it glimmers like a gem. And they're holding it to their chest, hugging it like someone might like a stuffed animal to bed. And their eyes are closed, their brown and golden hair sort of like hanging in front of their face, and Shuhai's tailored robes akimbo across the snow around them. And they're gently breathing, like in a deep sleep.
I think Shuai like looks to the group, looks back to Sagu. Excuse me, and like sort of maybe pulls back like a little bit of the hair out of their face, and just looks at the egg, looks back to the group. Sagu, there's a birthday party that you were asleep during.
Shuhai? And Sagu's eyes open and blink and fix on you.
Yeah, hello. Hi. How are you? Hi.
Good morning. And Sagu just rises up in like a single fluid motion and kisses you in front of everyone.
And I think Shuai, for all of their grumpiness earlier, just completely like sort of melts into this kiss, and I think like once it's held for moments, and what feels like time suddenly stretches for ever. A single second just lasts like an hour, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, like we're back to normal time. And yes, hi, yes.
Hello. I realized that the gift all of you wanted to give to Pascal, well, it wouldn't hatch inside the temple. It needs cold. So I brought it to cold. And Ying stops pacing finally and goes, "That's what you were—" I swear to God, they didn't tell me any of this. They just kept saying we have to go deeper. Well, yes, deeper into the woods. I thought that was obvious.
They're not dead!
No, I'm not dead. But a big arrow did fall out of the sky and try to hit me, but I caught it.
You
Caught it.
You what?
Yeah, it was the wildest thing. This huge black arrow that kind of looked like Carvach's arrow, but Carvach's are golden. Just came out of nowhere. I was about to counterspell it or deflect it with Gamble, but they just reached up and they yoink shatter.
Kaika looks over at Carvach and just goes, Can they do that?
No one ever has.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're
Should I have let it hit me?
no.
No,
No.
definitely
all.
not.
No.
I'm just impressed and confused, but I'm glad you didn't get hurt.
You must have a lot of power, Sagu.
Maybe. I don't know too much about myself. Sagu is the name Shuhai gave me.
Just seemed to suit you well. I just think that name will do you justice.
Oh, did I ruin the birthday surprise? Surprise! And Sagu, while still sitting in the snow, lifts up this sapphire egg in Pascal's direction.
Pascal squawks in absolute glee, slides off of Carvach's back, and like because of how far up off the ground they are, just goes all the way into the snow. Just like literally, just like their entire body disappears into the snow because it's so deep and they're so small. And then you see like these little like talons like come up as they scramble like up and through as they just start like digging their way toward Sagu and this egg. It's perfect! A surprise! Titty surprise! An egg! An egg! What is it? And they actually kind of like stop like a few feet away from Sagu, like very suddenly. Like they don't quite know what is it? It's for me?
Yes. Well, based on my understanding, all of the other Paragons, your friends, and hopefully maybe my friends someday, found this egg close to the chasm that formed after the beasts left. And we think there's something in here, something new, a new kind of life that the realms have never seen before. It is a present for you. So, yes. And sorry I fell asleep, I got tired.
I get tired. Sleep is close to death. And they take the egg.
Juan, how do you respond to that as a dream prophet?
I think Juan agrees with that statement. I think Juan's philosophy around dreaming is quite similar to Pascal's own around like the sibling relationship, I would say, maybe between sleeping and death. And so I think Juan is just kind of like nodding sagely as Pascal is speaking, just like, yeah, no, this tracks. This is very chill, actually.
And Pascal, holding onto the egg, now in the snow, kind of like tucks it up against themselves and draws like this one taloned hand over like kind of the ridges of the egg. And they turn to the group and say, well, I would like to toast now. I didn't get a chance to toast because we all started to fight again because we didn't know where Ying was, but we know where Ying is, and now we have met. And they kind of like tap a little. Our friend, Sagu. Shuhai's friend, Sagu. Our friend, Sagu. Can I give a toast now, Juan?
Of course.
Okay. Can I be tall?
Who's the tallest one here?
Not me.
I assume I'm
Either
big.
Carvach or Bazul, I would say.
Yeah, I'll pick Pascal up and put him put them on my shoulders.
Pascal sits on your shoulders again. And they kind of like take a moment to kind of look up at the stars and the snow and everything again one more time. Well, I'm glad I didn't have to try to end the world for us to have a birthday party. I didn't want to, but I missed our family. I missed our friendship. I wanted to see you. When one is born, we take a step on new, and every step takes us closer to the end of that journey, the death, the end of all things. And eventually it will come to the end of all things. And until then, I want to be happy. But I am not very happy when I'm alone. When we're all busy, I am regretting what we've done. The Raven Queen, she cries. She cries for something I do not know. She cries for something she does not know. And I cry because we're not together. Can we be together more?
Yeah, of course.
Ikaika is like full sobbing hearing this. Like this is like the sweetest thing. And I think Ikaika really felt that. And you're on Carvach right now, and then all she does is kind of like rush straight towards Carvach and like probably wrap an arm around your body, and then is like just giving you a big hug, looks at everyone else, and is just like, what are y'all standing around for? Get in here!
Shuhai has a very long and like whispers to Sagu, they're hugging again. And then stands up and walks over the group. For you, Pascal, I will make time. And hugs.
Jinka does a big, dramatic, big stretch and then wraps his arms around everyone.
Juan, with their robes still billowing in more wind than there is outside right now, just kind of says, well, just the robes and everything, I just had them pressed recently and everything, so I don't...
Juan.
Okay. And Juan, I think, will come in and join the group hug. Like not being able to wrap her arms like entirely around the group because there's too many people, but is trying her hardest and just kind of like looks up at Pascal. I promise that I will be around more often, or at least I will try to. Perhaps I can teach you to read. That could be how we spend time together.
Do you think we made the right choice, Juan?
We did what we had to do to protect the realms.
Did you read that in a book?
No, but maybe we'll write one together.
No, thank you. But they hug you back and like pull you in close and nuzzle kind of their beak into the corner of your cheek in your hair.
I think that's so cute. And Bazul comes in as well, and so does Ying. Ying just goes, oh, we should do this more often, everyone. And like hugs as well on the outer side. Bazul comes in off 4 arms and lifts the group like up into the air with a big squeeze. And Sagu, who's just sort of like standing on the outskirts of this hug happening, just sort of looks up at all of you being picked up off the ground. And Bazul turns down at Sagu and with an extra arm scoops them up as well and has them like join the big group hug. And then eventually all of you are actually, I think while all of you are in the air, Pascal, you're still holding onto the egg, right? Crack, 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 crack. And the egg shards literally explode outward harmlessly. They don't hurt at all. As emerging from the inside is a cow with a single leg. Like a calf with a single leg and turquoise scales all the way down its body. And these like 2 little nubbin horns and like a big wet pink nose, like fully formed, like right in your arms, Pascal.
I've broken the present! I've broken the egg! I've broken the egg!
No, Pascal, that's the present.
Oh! The present! The present! And they lift the tiny Quay like up to their face and like inspect it like with one head and then the other. You are alive! Welcome.
I am alive.
Welcome.
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 I will do this forever. Don't touch me.
What do we call you, little one?
This never before seen creature ever in the realms. This is the first one that's ever sprung into existence. Cocks its big, huge cow-like head to the side and blinks. And Sagu, who's still on the outer like skirts of this hug, goes, Quay, I think. That's what I heard in my head. I think they might be telepathic.
Quay, Quay, welcome.
And Bazul gently lowers all of you to the ground as this Kui also lands and like starts hopping around unsteadily on its like single leg, right? Wobbling. And it is bright blue, this beautiful turquoise blue. And as Sagu lands as well, they sort of tilt their head to the side and just sort of casually raise a hand. And we see it glow with a blue energy. Like they're kind of copying this color that they like a lot. And they look down at their hand and go, huh. And then lowered it again and returned their gaze to the group. Thank you for including me in the group hug. And Shuhai, for what it is worth, I don't think of us as just friends. We are friends, yes, but we are also partners?
I agree. Yes, partners. We are partners. And like blushing bright pink.
Lovers?
Looks at the rest of the group. Look back at Sagu. Lovers.
Okay. I like that. Kiss please.
You got it. Leans in. Kiss.
Welcome, Quay. Welcome, Sagu. Welcome, Quay. And Pascal is now just like hopping through the snow after the Quay, just like in the one little footprint. Pascal is like hopping like one step behind.
Yeah, I think the Kui's also hopping around. It's excited to be alive. It's here. It's taking in all the snow. It's bouncing. And I want to get like a final little like vision from each of you in the snow here, beginning with Juan.
Juan is straight backed as always and looking out over this very beautiful scene of the snow falling down, of Pascal and the Quay hopping around, of Shuhai and Sagu sharing a kiss. And I think she kind of like fixes her shoulders. And the last thing that we see is her take a deep breath and like slowly walking over to Jinka and just kind of tapping him on the shoulder.
I think Shinka turns around with sort of a surprised expression, and then his face widens into a smile, and he sort of wraps an arm around Juan's shoulders, and they look over. They watch over, I think, Pascal and the Quay hopping in each other in the snow in each other's footprints.
That's so sweet. I think we sweep past Juan and Jinka to find Ikaika.
Ikaika, I think, is looking at the scene and just like how much sheer joy and love and like happiness is here, and everyone's having a grand old time. And that's filled and reminded her of how good it feels, how good all of this feels. And being filled with all of that happiness, she stares at Pascal, who is chasing after the Quay, who is bouncing around, happy to be alive, and goes, "We need to play a game," and then starts like playing tag with Pascal and the Quay. And as she does so with her ability, she like brings in like a salty breeze each time as she's like jumping into the same like hoof prints and paw prints in the snow, and is just like hopping around like a mix of hopscotch and playing tag alongside.
That's so
And
cute.
it is really cute, just joining in on the fun.
I love that. And as you're like bouncing from hoof print to talon print, from hoof print to talon print, we bounce over to find Carvach.
I think at watching the scene, Carvach is just kind of laughing, I think, at all of it. And is leaning, I think, a little against Bazul. Almost looking, stealing a glance here or there with a soft smile.
Yup. I think Bazul does notice your like stolen little glances, and like as everyone else is distracted, right, kind of sidles over very casually, like Juan had casually sidled over to Jinka and wraps two of her like four arms like just around your shoulders and pulls you in, like kind of forcibly because you're also big and muscled, but she's like pulling you in against her side. And we now push over to Shuhai.
I think there's this kiss still happening as all of this is going around. And I think there's something between Sagu and Shuhai's kissing, feeling the weave sort of moving around them as this kiss is happening, where this kiss almost like sears itself onto the very fabric of time, so that if you're ever in this space for the whole rest of like this particular timeline, with the right kind of eyes, you could actually see them still kissing in this spot.
I love that. Yeah, Saku just sort of like leans into this kiss even more and like wraps her arms around your waist and pulls you in, even though she's shorter than you. And as we pan away from Sagu and Shuhai in this close embrace, we find Pascal.
Pascal gives Ikaika no quarter game of tag. They are extremely competent, and they even summon Grim, their scythe, which is 3 times as tall as they are, to get the extra reach to be able to hit you to play tag. Just they like to win. But that being said, there like is a moment in between all of this where they just kind of like are a little bit farther after like chasing Ikaika and then like coming back to the group where they can see kind of everything laid out before them. And they just shift from like one foot to the other with this scythe in their and last thing we hear is, welcome to the world.
And we're gonna end the session there. So thank you all so much for tuning into this very special OG Paragon birthday one-shot. I have been your game master and creative producer, Connie. My pronouns are they, he, and she. You can find me all across the internet at by Connie Chong. That's BYCONNIECHANG, namely Twitter and TikTok. You might know me from TikTok. You might be here from TikTok. Hello if you're here from the Clock app. I'm gonna pass along introductions over to Humna. Outroductions. I'm gonna pass along outroductions over to Humna.
I will introduce myself now. Hello, everybody. My name is Hamna. I use any and all pronouns, and I am a TTRPG performer. Today, I have been Juan Ustoy, who uses she, they pronouns, the Paragon, the former Paragon of Mengchen Zhidi. Like I said, I am a TTRPG performer. If you like what I do, you should follow me on Twitter at @shahid_, where I talk about all of the different projects I'm a part of. I'm on a variety of different APs right now, so if you want to know where I am at any given point in time, Twitter is the best place to be. The next place that I'll be is tomorrow on Vanna's channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be playing Higher Ed RPG, a Strixhaven campaign with C and Connie, actually, so you can see all three of us there together. We are currently having a very chill, not at all weird or ominous shopping episode tomorrow. So that'll be cool, and that'll be right before Transplaner. So you can just watch us all day tomorrow. And with that, I will do it correctly this time and pass it to C.
Oh, why, thank you, Humna. How generous of you. Hi, everyone. My name is C. I use they, them pronouns. Tonight, I played Pascal, who uses they, them pronouns, who is actually just a reflavoring of the very, like, literally the first D&D character that I ever played, ever. So that's just a fun, cute little Easter egg for you. But if you liked what I did here tonight, you'll like what I do in other places. So check me out on Twitter at PieSharpArt. Like Humna said, I will also be on Higher Education, and as always, you can I'm in a bunch of different stuff right now. I have a bunch of upcoming games, so follow me on Twitter to see what I'm up to given time. I love my bird. My birthday is in 2 days. Thank you all so much for celebrating. And since it wasn't right the first time, now I don't know who I pass it to.
Erica.
It's up to you now, Erica.
Yes, I'm taking the baton. I almost forgot the word. Hi, everybody. I'm Erica, she, her pronouns. I play Shuhai Mao, they, them, the Paragon of Sen, where I'm really just trying to take the piss out of C's Oka's character from, like, Arc 1. Channeling a lot of that energy. Yeah, you can find me on Twitch where I stream a lot of roleplay, Red Dead Redemption 2, online roleplay. I play a bunch of different characters, good people, bad people. They're all pretty gay, kinda. So yeah, come check me out there. That's at Erica Please. You can also just catch up with whatever I'm doing on Twitter, which is Erica New Girl. I'd switched the Twitter one, but somebody already has Erica Please there. I should think we should start a campaign to get them off. They haven't tweeted ever, so campaign to remove that account. Anyway, I will pass it on to Dare. Yes, Dare. Definitely a Dare. Definitely.
Hi, I'm definitely Dare. My pronouns are she, they, Faye. Tonight I played, or today, whatever time of the day it is, wherever you are, I played Carvach. She, they pronouns, as a big woman enjoyer. You can find me in other places, like TikTok, Twitter, Tumblr, I guess. I make music. Just find me, look up Dare to Dream RPG pretty much anywhere, and you'll know where I'm at. That's DARE, the number 2, DREAM RPG. And I'm going to pass it over to Valiant Dorian.
Oh, well, it is I, Valiant to Love Wins Dorian. I use he, him, his pronouns, and tonight I had the distinct pleasure of playing Ikaika, former paragon of Mahu, who uses she, her pronouns. You can find me all around the internet at Valiant Dorian or at Also Spirit Bear. Please enjoy that lovely treasure hunt I just set you on. And things are coming up for me. I'm a TTRPG performer, Twitch variety streamer, and I am releasing my first ever TTRPG on the 7th of February for crowdfunding on crowdfunder.com. It's called The Beast Within. You can play Weird Beasts, Unleashed Inner Beast. Oh, fund that campaign when it goes live. If you want, go subscribe to it. And you can find all the information on that on literally all of my socials. So yeah, I'm going to pass introductions over to Miax.
Hello, I'm Max. My pronouns are they, them. I have had the pleasure of playing Jinka Da, whose pronouns are he, they, tonight on tonight's stream. If you want to follow me on the social medias, I am at Starchmonger. That's on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, things like that. And I'll pass it right back over to Connie.
It's me, right back over to Connie. Thank you all so much again for tuning in. We're going to be rating someone really awesome right now. Orion, send them some of your love. I think they're playing Chained Echoes right now, which sounds like a cool game to me. Beside that, a really cool, exciting announcement for tomorrow. Humna and C mentioned this briefly, but oh my god. Please don't let me choke on my own spit live on stream. We have the next episode of our main campaign, The Second Stranger, which is what this one-shot was based off of, streaming tomorrow, Arc 8, Episode 5. Including that one, there are only 4 episodes left of our main campaign ever before we're done with The Second Stranger. So we'd love to see you there. It is a truly wild episode tomorrow, Saturday, February 4th at 8 p.m. US Eastern Time. Again, a quick little preview about what happens. Abiku wakes up. Vasanti shifts her perspective. Gentle fights for their heart. Dewey connects with Dusty. Sitlali heals their inner child. Voska accepts her grief. Oka does damage. Duran dies. And Oblivion counts down. It is a huge episode, and we will see you there tomorrow at 8 p.m. US Eastern Time. We love you all so much. And Bisho, send Orion our love. Use the raid message in chat. Bye.